Hi everybody, this is Father Warner D'Souza. I'm reflecting with you today the text from Matthew chapter 10 verses 1 to 7. With this pericope, we walk right into the second of the 5 discourses found in the Gospel of Matthew. This one is referred to as the Mission Discourse. Jesus is not a solo artist, though he could be. Strictly speaking, he does not need us. His invitation to share in his ministry should thus be seen as a privilege, for we share now in his ministry. Chapter 10 elaborates that invitation. There is a call, there are consequences, and then there is courage needed to live that call. Though Jesus has many disciples, he narrows them down to 12 and he calls them apostles. The very word apostle means one who is sent. The 12 are now emissaries with real power. With the mission discourse is primarily to the apostles, it is not limited only to them. But the mission of Jesus in Matthew's Gospel is not to all. Remember that Matthew is communicating to a predominantly Jewish Christian audience. His principal focus is to them, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And while Jesus is not close to the evangelization of Samaritans and the Gentiles, his purpose is principally to the lost sheep of Israel. How could we best understand this in today's situation? It is as if Jesus was calling us to make his name known to the whole world, but his primary focus would be re-evangelization. First, reach out to lapsed Christians, the lost sheep of Israel, rather than principally focusing on evangelization to all. Such a situation may arise if the number of Christians falls sharply, and the need would be primarily to re-evangelize and invigorate the faith. For now, the mandate to evangelize all stands. The Jerome's biblical commentary explains it as follows. Perhaps Matthew included this command here because it was important to the members of his community and expressed the strong Jewish consciousness of his own special traditions. One should not read this text as permission to reject others and serve only Christians, as some unfortunately do. Interestingly, at the close of this very gospel, Jesus will proclaim the Great Commission to go to the whole world. Jesus, in qualifying his words, tells the apostles to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He has not only qualified the people, but a certain type of people, namely the Anavim, or the people of the land. People who for whatever reason were marginalized and alienated from the main circles of religious leadership and zeal. It is for these that Jesus had a particular but not exclusive concern. There are many takeaways from today's gospel, but what stands out the most and which may miss our eye is that Jesus never chose the qualified. He qualifies the chosen. None of these chosen ones would even be given an appointment to apply for such a position in the modern world. Perhaps we often apply the same standards to ourselves in wondering if God wants us to be his apostles, to be sent out in his name. Might we fail the Lord if he calls us? Of course we might. Look at the failings of the 12, proof enough that even those chosen and sent by Jesus failed him at multiple levels. Spiritual life is a journey, not a moment of success or failure. For a man who could barely pass math in grade 7, here I am sharing his word. God calls and sends. It's the march of the unqualified, and I am a witness. Thank you for watching these reflections with me, And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, may I please ask you to do it. I spoke about evangelization and re-evangelization. Be an evangelist today. Send this message to others and encourage them to subscribe too. God bless you.